we pick up part 2 of our 1,400-mile journey across Vancouver Island on its wild west coast. These rugged remote coastlines on the northwestern tip see some of the highest rainfall in North America. But in the warm season, you're blessed with the blue skies and spectacular scenery this place is renowned for. We resume our adventure at the edge of the world, Zeballos, a remote, self-reliant fishing village sitting right on the edge of the continent. This video is powered by Overland Trail Guides. If you'd like to get more information about the 1,000+ mile long Vancouver Island Grand Loop and the places we discovered, be sure to hit overlandtrailguides.com. The website features over 100 routes across North America, complete with detailed route guides and GPX files. Why don't we get back to our adventure now? Just waking up to this fresh sea air, smelling the salt, the lapping of the waves on the beach, especially throughout the night. Very, very peaceful. Just a great way to go to sleep and get to wake up to this, which is something else. We are out there and it's awesome. Last night we were out on the dock. There was a bunch of herring swimming around, as you guys saw. And there was also an eagle, a bald eagle out in the distance. There's a fish jumping. We saw it in the tree and it came to swoop down. I guess the fish must have dove back down because the eagle didn't go for the kill shot or the grab. Went back in the tree. It's kind of going from tree to tree, going over the lake. So we were watching that for about 15 minutes, which was awesome. So let's talk about today. We're going to be working our way north again. 2 days we'll be out in the Side Bay area. I don't know if we'll actually go to Side Bay. There's another place called Gooding Cove that's a bit more remote out there. The weather is calm. We may end up at Gooding Cove just because Side Bay does get pretty busy. During the week it'll probably be okay. We've got to work our way there. That'd be like a 150-mile drive on dirt roads. And now that we're not on pavement anymore, we're not doing any of those big days. We had some of those big days at the beginning of the trip. We're doing about 70 miles today. I don't know what that is, 115 kilometers or something like that. And we're going to be working our way up. I forget what the lake is. It might be Lake Victoria or Victoria Lake. Take it easy on me, locals. The Marble and the Link River areas, the Marble River and the Link River. So we're going to work our way up there and see if we can get another wreck site. It's a Tuesday. I got to look here. It's a Tuesday. So hopefully we can get something. We're 7 rigs now. Ron and Francisco both kind of went out on their own. They wanted to check out some stuff. So we said, yeah, go do it. So hopefully that'll be easier for us to find something. But in the meantime, I'm just going to take this all in. How can you not? So we're on the road again, heading to Zeballos right now. So we're gonna make a quick stop over there, just check out the town. There's really not a whole lot there, so I think it's gonna be a quick stop, and then we'll be working our way towards Port Alice. Not gonna make it to Port Alice today, but we've got some campsites over by Lake Victoria, Victoria Lake, whatever the heck it is. And we'll be camping over there, and it should be good. We're in the super remote outpost of Zeballos right now. Looks like a fishing town, lots of fishing stuff around here. Also, I think there's a pretty big First Nations presence as well, but this is a really cool spot. Talked to a local, she called it God's country. Certainly feels like that, so I'm gonna wander through town. I got a dog barking over here at us. Zeballos sprang to being in the 1930s when gold was discovered in the surrounding mountains. By 1938, the population jumped to 5,000 people. Today, the tight-knit community has roughly 125 residents. The region is also the ancestral home of the Cenote people. If you venture beyond town to the head of the Zeballos Inlet, you'll find the First Nations community of Ihatis. So last October, we did the Great Basin Heritage Trail, about 2,000 miles, mostly through Nevada and then the western portion of Utah. And we went to a little town called Jarbidge, really an outpost that they say is the most remote post office in the lower 48 or something like that. And yeah, it's remote, but man, Zeballos feels way the heck out there. You're just out in the middle of nothing. And the crazy thing about that is there's another little outpost called Fair Harbor that's, I don't know, like 20 miles beyond that. And then there's other little fishing outposts around here. I think one of them's a First Nations village, like Tassis or something like that. Way the heck out there. Maybe I'll get out there one day, not on this trip, but it is included as one of the alternative tracks on the Vancouver Grand Island Loop if you wanted to check it out. So there's some places that are just basically the edge of the world out here, and it's pretty darn cool. So we're at Atluck Lake right now. Just another beautiful lake out here, and you can camp right on the lake. As you can see, there's somebody camping right over here. I think they're the only people at the lake though, and they look like they're here for a while, but absolutely beautiful spot here. We took in the views at Atluck Lake, which had the same sort of vibe as our campsite at Muchalat Lake a few days earlier. After lunch, we hopped into our rigs and began making our way to the next campsite. I had mapped out a couple of different options, but would we be lucky enough to land yet another waterfront campsite? I guess you'll just need to stick around to see. A few miles from camp, we made a quick stop to check out Devil's Bath, which happens to be Canada's largest cenote, a massive water-filled sinkhole that's nearly 150 feet deep. Devil's Bath is hydrologically connected with the neighboring Benson River via a series of underwater cave passages. Yeah, I haven't really had the camera on because it was pretty darn breezy earlier, other than using the chainsaw and fixing the tires you guys saw. A couple of the guys are back in the woods over there out of the wind, but it's really died down a lot. I'm still on this side of the truck. I guess that's the leeward side, because it's acting as a windbreaker. You can probably hear it right now a little bit, but lakefront campsite, nobody else here. Come on, and the water's warm too. I haven't gone in just because it's been a bit breezy today. Oh, here comes Shasta Pasta. Come on over, Shasta. Here she comes. She's enjoying herself too. We got to camp early today, so we've just been hanging out, and I think she's really enjoyed not being in the truck. Shasta just wants to hang out, don't you? Anyways, tomorrow we're going to go up to the Side Bay area We may end up at Gooding Cove. Got some intel that the Klaskino Inlet, Klaskino or Kleskino Inlet is the way to go. Very beautiful. So we're gonna check that out and just have a good time. Cannot complain.
Okay. There it is, carbonara with Caesar salad.
Hey, there you go.
It'll be good.
And some
it's got salad, it's healthy.
And some bacon, right?
Yeah, bacon and bacon grease.
You guys are so tall, and I'm on this little tiny chair, and I'm like sitting down here. Yes, sir.
You feel like you're in teeny garden? I'll get you a high chair and a sippy cup.
I didn't see you, I just want you to know. So.
We basked in the sun as a warm breeze filtered through camp. There's a rare peace in camping by the water when your nearest neighbors are miles away. With dusk stretching beyond 10 p.m., those golden Vancouver Island nights are truly in a league of their own. So apparently Shasta's feeling a little better. I don't know what it was. She was just low energy the last couple of days. But this morning, definitely her frisky self. So taking her for a little morning walk here. Exercise the legs. Another beautiful day. Another beautiful cloudless day. Sorry, the light's a little bit strange through the forest here, but that's one of the cool things about this Pinch Creek wreck site, or really it's a defunct wreck site because there's no facilities here anymore, but they still let you camp down here, which is nice. You guys can probably hear that. It sounds like it's a logging truck going by. Definitely a lot of that going on up here. You saw we went by that active logging operation yesterday. But I'll tell you what, it is getting hard to leave each one of these campsites. They're all awesome in their own right. Wind has died down. The water's totally glassy right now for Alice Lake. We're gonna head into Port Alice. We're gonna refuel. I think some folks are gonna grab some groceries. And then we're gonna be making our way up to the Gooding Cove Side Bay Beach area. I think that's what it's called. I think we're gonna go via the Klaskino Inlet is what it's called, which is supposed to be really pretty. And then I gotta check the weather forecast. If it's gonna be breezy again like yesterday, we'll probably just go down to Side Bay because it's a lot more protected. Uh-oh, somebody's got a fire alarm going off and they're cooking. We could go to Gooding Cove, but Gooding Cove faces to the north, so if there's wind coming in, we're gonna get pelted. So it's gonna be a kind of play it by ear, see how things play out. It is a Wednesday, so I don't think Side Bay will be particularly busy. It's kind of where everybody up here on the island goes during the summer. We have a place called Usal Beach or Bowman Lake in Northern California that a bunch of people go camping. Same idea for this one. But I think Wednesday should be fine if we end up over there. I've seen the pictures and the videos. It's beautiful. They're both very beautiful. It's just that Gooding Cove is a lot more remote. But again, it faces to the north. It's not sheltered, so we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it's gonna be fantastic here. Here's to you, Vancouver Island. All right, so we're on our way to Port Alice right now. Some of the folks are gonna buy some grocery because we've been out on the road for like 6 days right now and we still got another 5 to go. Also gonna refuel, a little bit of talking. Hello, Shasta. And then just looking at the weather, I should say, really the wind this morning, it kind of just kicked on right at 8:30. It's like somebody hit a switch, super calm, and then just, it's not bad right now, but it's just kind of like a constant like 5-6 mile an hour wind, and I bet it's gonna pick up like it did yesterday too. So with that in mind, we are most likely going to skip Gooding Cove because that faces to the north, the direction that the wind is coming in, and we're going to go down to Side Bay. Very popular spot, like I told you guys yesterday, but it's a Wednesday, so I think the crowds are going to be fine. We continued along our planned route, heading deeper into Vancouver Island's wild west coast. The group made a quick stop in Port Alice to resupply before making our way to Side Bay via a series of dirt tracks. The beautiful turquoise waters of the Klaskino Inlet caught our eye, and the group couldn't resist making a rest stop along the inlet's rocky shorelines. And you may be wondering why we took this route. Well, we'd caught wind that the shortest route to Side Bay was closed for road repairs, but we would have opted to take the scenic route along the inlet even if the road had been open. I think you'll understand why. You might be wondering about those stunning turquoise waters. Curiously, depending on the location and time of year, that color can be caused by glacial flower from snow and glacier melt, herring melt in the early spring, or the most likely culprit for our trip, massive blooms of microscopic algae. We caught wind of a familiar voice crackling over our radios. It was Ron, who had split off from the group a few days earlier to do some exploring on his own. We eventually crossed paths, and he gave us the lowdown on what to expect at Side Bay, in addition to the latest update on the road repairs for our return back to Port Alice. I know this place gets busy on the weekends, but I understand why. It's incredible. I wish I had an inflatable ribby, go out, explore these places, because it's a bay. It's really not that rough. It's kind of like the Monterey Bay. I'm loving it here. You know, when I came here when I was 18, I wanted to move up to BC, and that's just kind of reignited that spark. I love this place. But I wanted to talk to you about something. So I've been wanting to go up to Bella Coola, which is northern British Columbia. You can take a ferry from Port Hardy up to Bella Coola. It's not all the way up to Prince Rupert, but the Grizzlies run there from like August to early October. I'd love to come back up, hit the north part of the island, the wild part of the island, and then go up to Bella Coola. Maybe spend 5 days there, watch the Grizzlies, catching all the fish, jump back on a ferry. It ain't cheap. Well, that's the thing. It's like out to Van Island, and then going out to Bella Coola, and then back to the States. Probably like $1,200 to $1,500 worth of ferry tickets right there. But trip of a lifetime. So we're gonna make that one happen. 3 years. I'm doing it. When you visit a place like Side Bay, you learn to sit back and let the scenery do the talking. But the truth is, our time on this beautiful planet is finite, and these wild and beautiful places won't wait for you. So what's stopping you? Stop watching from the sidelines. Go get lost in the woods. Plunge in the frigid Pacific until the cold is all you can feel. Break the routine, find the edge, and remember what it's like to actually be alive. Be sure to catch part 3 of our Vancouver Island adventure, as we've still got 3 more days left on the island. Till next time, stay wild and wander far. Godspeed.